What's going on, guys? This is the Red Rogue and I hope you're all doing well today. I've decided I wanted to try a new series of videos on the channel for when I figure out little tips or tricks that I think are too short or random to need full-length videos about. So the goal of these kind of videos is to be under like a minute and a half-ish, kind of like those YouTube shorts or whatever they're called. I'm not sure of a name yet for the series, but I'll figure that out later. For this quick tip, I'll be explaining how the remote guidance device Trinket works, and a couple important tips for using it effectively. The RGD, or wheel trinket, or tire, or whatever you want to call it, drops from Mechagon Junkyard and is part of the Season 4 loot table for Mythic Plus. It is a 2-minute on-use cooldown trinket that spawns a little mecha cycle which will attempt to collide with your target and deal physical damage. It'll then explode, dealing uncapped AoE fire damage to all targets nearby. Both the physical damage impact and the AoE fire damage can critically hit. The radius is fairly small on the fire explosion damage, probably about 7 or so yards, so you'll need a tank that groups things up pretty efficiently if you want to throw the wheel at them. The mecha cycle will always spawn behind you and to the left diagonally from the way your character is facing. So if I throw this wheel at the group of 5 target dummies in front of me, it'll come from this part of the screen every time as long as I'm looking directly at these dummies. However, if there's a group of enemies in that general area, that behind me and to the left spot, the wheel will spawn right on top of them and will most likely hit one of those enemies before it reaches my target. This can cause you to accidentally pull enemies you weren't planning to pull in a dungeon, which is likely going to cause a wipe. When using the wheel trinket, you'll want to turn the direction your character is facing so you can bait where the wheel's going to spawn from to avoid that from happening. Walls are extremely useful to force the spawn of the wheel right on top of a group of enemies you're currently dealing with, which helps preventing accidental pulls and wasting the AoE potential of this trinket. You'll also need to be mindful of terrain obstacles, like railings and rocks and things like that. If the wheel gets caught on any of those, it will often just explode far away from your enemies before it even reaches them and deal no damage. Since it deals uncapped AoE damage, the dungeons that I feel it does the best in are Tazavesh Gambit and Lower Karazhan, as both of them have areas with large areas of enemies to pull and hit at the same time. Anyways folks, that's it for this first quick tip video. I hope it helps you out, and if you like this video series idea, let me know in the comments and maybe leave a like if you have the time. As always, my appreciation and gratitude to all of my viewers and especially my patrons, who all help make these Shiba Shenanigans possible. Thank you all so much for watching. This is the Red Rogue, and I'll see you guys around.